At about 10:45 last night, the owner and police showed up to find this huge gash in the front window right along Wyoming. They started surveying the damage inside, and then they took a look at what the security camera caught. It's that time of day. You may be very tempted to walk out, close the door, and leave your car while it's warming up. But as we know, that's an easy way to get your car stolen. In fact, just about 12 minutes ago, Albuquerque police tweeted about a car being stolen while it was warming up. Luckily, a local auto mechanic says he's been installing a reliable solution for about 40 years. Good morning, you guys. So about an inch or maybe a little bit more than an inch of snow here. So I was only able to make a little mini snowman, not a full-size one. And it's that light, cold snow, so he's not even sticking together very well. It took a lot of time to even make a snowball. Taking a look behind me at the road. Right now, the main entrance to Presbyterian Hospital's campus is at Cedar and Central, but once construction is finished, that will move to the northeast corner at Spruce and Central. One of many intersections where Albuquerque drivers have come to expect to see panhandling, but that ordinance in front of city council members tonight would make it illegal for anybody to stand on these types of busy medians, as well as to interact with drivers unless it's an emergency. You don't have to live in the metro very long to know which intersections are common for panhandlers. They tend to be either on medians or near the freeway, both listed as places pedestrians would not be allowed to stand under an ordinance before city council. It never specifically mentions panhandling, just the areas panhandlers tend to be. The ordinance would make any physical interaction between a pedestrian and a driver illegal. That includes food, water, or money. But City Councilor Trudy Jones says the bill is more about keeping everyone safe. The bill cites New Mexico's high rate of pedestrian fatalities and crashes involving both walkers and cyclists.
I think they have the right to be where they want to be. They have a personal responsibility also, and if they want to be in that area, it's their choice.
The ACLU feels the ordinance is unconstitutional. They say it is designed to target protected speech, particularly panhandling, based on its content rather than on neutral and legitimate public safety concerns. We talked to one woman who has seen a similar ordinance in action near her hometown in Detroit.
It seems to have eliminated some of the panhandlers that were on the corners near the freeways.
Now, that city council meeting did just get started a few minutes ago at 5 o'clock, and this ordinance was deferred at last month's meeting, so we'll be sure to let you know whether final action is taken tonight. Albuquerque police are investigating another homicide. An officer on scene here at Palisades RV Park tells me a woman was shot and killed. And I actually want to get straight to some breaking news. We just got a copy of an order from Judge Robert Brack, United States District Judge, denying that motion for an evidentiary hearing. They say the victim's injuries are severe. They have not mentioned whether any arrests have been made yet, but at this point, we want to let you know there are not any road closures in this area, and we will continue updating this developing story both on air and online today. We first met the educators and students at Chinook Spirit Children's Academy back in February when they told us all about their unique approach to learning. It's an approach that requires certain tools.
The kids like to go on field trips every week, and so we take the tablets, we take pictures, we do projects with them.
Holly Wu is a co-founder of the small private and nonprofit school. She says she walked in on July 27th to find someone had broken in.
I noticed papers on the floor which don't belong.
They busted open this file cabinet and left their tool of choice behind.
Turned here, there was a crowbar, a little crowbar.
Laptops, tablets, microscopes, and even the students' instruments gone.
Their guitars, that was sad.
They say this window was the point of entry. They came in, saw it open, and there was a handprint on the outside.
We do have a stick inside here to keep it from sliding, but this stick had been removed at some point.
They share a building with a chapel and think someone attending a wedding there must have wandered into the school, seen something they liked, and removed the stick so they could come back.
These things were mostly often donated by families, and so it's kind of irreplaceable to us.
They've taken some extra security measures, but now more than ever, they want their own place.
And we feel like if we have our own space, we can have a little bit more control over access, gates, those kinds of things that a school would have.
They've found a new building, but need some help making a down payment. If you'd like to help, you'll find a link to their GoFundMe page under 4 links. Well, it comes down to simple math. APD spokeswoman confirms the unit investigating crimes against children has just 5 detectives, and each one carries a monthly caseload of 60 active investigations. Mirabal's attorney Raymond Maestas points to the results of a polygraph test to prove his innocence. Mirabal is accused of beating 66-year-old Irvin Sanchez to death in a 7-Eleven parking lot last August, but his attorney argues Mirabal wasn't the only one there. We're dressed for spring break right now, too. I also did some reading about screen time. Of course, experts agree not to overdo it while traveling, and they recommend setting those time limits in advance. That way your kids are not surprised when they can't watch movies the entire trip. No matter what kind of loan or contract you're signing, be sure to read that fine print. Even if it is confusing, don't be afraid to ask what something means. That way you know exactly what you're getting into.